Okay, we're back, and we have some interesting developments here in the special phasing movement step. Uh, and I'll show you what's going on here. During the special phasing movement step, there you go. They can do, the phasing player has these options: air supply, naval transport, marine amphibious landings, and or paratrooper drops. He has chosen to supply that freaking unit. What is that city again? I gotta find out what city this is. Vilna. Vilna is holding my whole freaking army up. And he's chosen to supply it by air. So I have options of shooting his planes down and wasting some valuable air units. Decisions to make. But that is the next thing that happens. We'll be back. Hello again, and welcome back to the Russian front. We got some updating to do. It is currently the Russian ground movement step. And I got a little bit of updating to do. So let's get right at it. We're looking at the board now, and he has replaced all of his casualties, or replacements, on his front lines, and moved all of his reinforcements on into the game. I think I showed you that on the last video. Let's catch up what's going on down south here. We have our first battle. There are some offensives and some battles being initiated by the Russian player. And we'll show you that one right there. You can see where he's moved his units. I got the moved units are moved to the side. I'll straighten them up after I do a little bit of housekeeping, but just shows you who's moved and who hasn't moved. As a matter of fact, on his little push here, I didn't realize it until he just told me in the email, but this is about as far as he can go. One, two, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got somebody out of supply. I might have to let him know about that. Or he might be getting supply from here or something. But yeah, his supply lines are a little bit on the stretch side here for this little push onto this Hungarian city. Now, I called this a capital. I don't know if it's a capital. It's just an important city in this game. He is attacking the oil field with, and there you go, with some units. I don't think it's going to be a good attack. He hasn't assigned any air or naval support yet, so that'll come. But right now, that looks like a candidate for that old air unit right there. I'll move on up the front. He's got nothing really going on except, and this is key, we got a major Soviet push trying to get up around my supply lines. And another key thing about him is we all got blitz markers. Now, he's used a bunch of his movements to get there, and he's only going to be able to blitz 1 or 2 hexes if possible. But that gives him this city, gives him a nice little threat. Now, like I said before, I got about a month's worth of ground that he won't be able to cover. So this main supply line will say pretty well safe, but it is getting precarious, to say the least. And if I don't have a unit in here, that could be a real problem. Let me check that out real quick. Oh yeah, I got it garrisoned, so it'll be okay. But there you go. Now he does have some units in reserve, I guess, in case he breaks through with some exploitation. These guys got like maybe 4 or 6 movement factors. 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll put them in the range of that city, but that's about it. Here you see some more movement. Now he's moved that major unit that I was tangling with over here in Brest-Litovsk on down south. I guess to cover some of his supply lines or his flanks. He gave up the fight and pulled on back, which is probably a smart move. Now up here, I think this unit here is moved back into supply. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he's not in there either. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's out of supply still, so he might be eliminated. The other unit that took out, I think that's Vilna. Yeah, my key city, they pulled out, and when they did, I went ahead and initiated a response movement. So they will be attacking me there in battle number 5. Now they will, even though I did a response movement, they are the phasing player and they are always the attacker. So that'll be a disadvantaged attack for him. Let's go down here. You can see he did some, I guess, rail movements, strategic movements. If you stay on the rail lines, you move double your movement factor. So that 4 becomes an 8 if he stays on the rail lines and out of German zones of control. And here we go up to the main seczione. And here's what he did. Just spread out his infantry. Create some speed bumps, I guess. Basically is all it is. No attacks going on. Up north here, he does have an attack going on. And it's along the shore, but you can see where he's might be having me cut off here. This whole unit here might be out of supply. So we'll see what's up. This is the way he's positioned his forces with an attack there along the shore, so I'm sure he'll bring in his, well, maybe he won't. I'll have to look and see what the attack looks like. Yeah, I'd be bringing in some ships if it was me, or some air support. And he ain't got much air support. Oh, another important thing is he did try to do a supply by air. Failed his attack. He took one hit on his air unit and pulled back, so he's got an air unit somewhere in here with a do not use unit on it. And unfortunately, I had to launch one of my air units also that have a do not use unit on it, so wasted air units by both of us. But he was not able to resupply that unit, so as a result, they had to pull back. When they did, I jumped them. So that is it. He will be assigning air and naval units, and we'll give you an update on that. But so far, I would say I'm doing better than I thought I was. Resistance is, I don't know how I'll break through it. It's going to be slow, one battle at a time. I can get some good blitz units on there, but also have to remember, coming months, we'll be back. Strategies of flying on Russian front. All right. We are finished with the Russian combat. And it's been a while. And like I said, it's going to be a slow-moving game. I told my opponent that I think he's a little bit more frustrated than he thought. But it has been a while, and I will get you up to date. First of all, down south, his attack on the oil field was successful. So I will lose 1 replacement factor if I don't get that back, or it'll probably come into play before I get a chance to make an offensive. But this little push worked. We don't know if these units are out of supply yet because this isn't. We haven't reached that determination point of the game. But you can see here his little push to cut my supplies was pretty successful. I did employ some air units. You can see where my air units were used in the battles, and they were successful in repulsing the attacks, but he did make a breakthrough, and he still has, I do believe. Oh, we got down here an exploitation phase, and I don't know if that's all armor or armor that hasn't participated in battles. And I think that will be all of his armor units get a chance to make another move, and we'll give you a little look here what's going on. So he did break through, and I didn't, I guess, add in his exploitation phase. So my supply lines are about to be cut. Let me see what goes on more over here. And like I said, he didn't have any battles at all, as a matter of fact. I'll correct myself. In the central zone, he's just spread his forces out in defensive positions, getting ready for the attack. Up north, his little attack was successful. You can see there, I think he's, I don't know if he's crossed the border, has he? No, he's not into Finland yet, but he definitely solidified his northern position. And these 2 markers here are just his flotillas or fleets in certain harbors, and he is attempting to mine sweep But that is the crux of it. My main problem is this little breakthrough. So we'll see what happens. Now I can get supplied through here. That's not my only supply line, but you can see where the vise from up here and up here might be closing. I'm pretty sure I can deal with it, but smart moves. A good Soviet player exploiting the weaknesses. I might call this an upload because it's been a while, and we did a little straighten up on the board. Sometimes, here's our casualties too from the last battle. You can see he lost the cavalry. He didn't do too bad. A little bit of armor, as opposed to I'm yet to put these casualties away. So you can see the finished units there. Southern infantry, Northern Army Group infantry. I don't know what the hell that R is, but Romanian. Okay, but that is the casualties, and that's the state of the game. I think I might make this a quick upload, or I might wait for the exploitation phase. We'll see. But yeah, I got all these little. I guess this is the way the board is meant to be. Got their little storage unit here. The only thing I was thinking of is, what about Alexander? They had those little kitties running around. I don't think that'd last long. We will be back for some more excellent Russian front.